So I just had kind of not my best approach, and I thought I'd post it here and critique it. The conditions were marginal VFR, and the ceiling and visibility were well within my minimums, but there was some icing forecast.
Here, 6 Delta Mike, County Tower here on the frequency. The Cheyenne just landed, reported some light rime icing in the clouds.
Roger, 6 Delta Mike, thank you.
I'll talk to you in a bit on the other freak.
I have the capability to fly into known icing, and it's a real short flight, so this didn't worry me too much.
This here, 6 Delta Mike, it'll be a right turn heading 040, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
28 clear for takeoff, right turn 040, 6 Delta Mike, thank you. Flaps, fuel, boost.
The first thing I think I could have done better is load the approach, the RNAV 28 at Beaver. And this is such a short flight that I really could have done it on the ground first.
RPM's good, engines in the green, airspeed's alive. Rotate.
The next issue I see is that I didn't have the TKS system on before I went into the clouds. I tested it on the ground and it ran fine, but I should have had it on earlier.
6 Delta Mike, good tag on you. Contact Pittsburgh. Have a safe flight.
Over to Pitt. Have a great day. 6 Delta Mike.
Fortunately, because I tested it on the ground, there was a good coating of TKS fluid on the wings already.
Pitt departure Cirrus 246 Delta Mike 2500, climbing 3000, assigned 040.
Cirrus 246 Delta Mike, Pittsburgh approach, proceed direct JDEV, intercept the final approach course for the RNAV runway 28, advise when you have Romeo.
Alright, direct JDEV, 6 Delta Mike, will advise.
Delta Mike, IDET.
IDET.
6 to Mother X, radar contact them on North Allegheny County Airport, the altimeter 3023.
23, 6 Delta Mike.
I thought there'd be a chance I'd be under the clouds at 3,000 feet, but at this point I'm realizing no, I'm going to be in the clouds this whole trip.
Alright, I've got the ice on high. Not seeing any accumulation meaningful yet. Wings are working well. I don't like being in this, but it's just a short flight. 8.5 minutes to JDove. Let's look at that chart again. JDove and Zillet. Zillet at 3000, we started descent at Zillet. Approach course 281. The missed approach is climb 3000 direct Wobox. 3000. One 120.3 is Beaver Tower. All right. Now we got to get the weather.
As I listen to the weather report, I get one of the bigger surprises of this trip, and one that had me worried the rest of the time.
Romeo.
Yeah, my biggest thought in hearing that 1 1/2 visibility is I got to listen to that again, and I got to think about my missed approach.
Information Romeo 15470, wind 2907, gust 15, visibility 1 1/2, light snow, ceiling 1200 overcast, temperature 0, dew point -3, altimeter 3023.
All right.
My thinking here is that if the visibility is really 1 1/2 when I get there, I'm not going to land, I'm going to go missed.
And 6 Delta Mike, we have Romeo at Beaver.
6 Delta Mike, thanks.
Along this flight, I was getting snippets of ground contact, and you might see that here and there in the video. So I was optimistic that it really wasn't that bad at Beaver, but I was preparing for the worst.
Sirius 6 Delta Mike is 4 miles from J-Dove. Maintain 3,000 to establish on final approach course. Cleared RNAV 28 Beaver.
Maintain 3000, cleared RNAV 286 Delta Mike.
I could tell the TKS system was working, getting ice off the wings, in part because I was getting ice up on my windshield. It's a little slower to come off the windshield.
Yeah, likewise, 6 Delta Mike, we had light rime at 3000.
6 Delta Mike, thanks.
I'm feeling pretty confident right here. The plane's flying nice, the TKS fluid's working really well on the ice, and I know that when I get under the clouds, if the visibility's really bad, I know exactly what to do on the missed approach.
6 miles from Zillet.
And those little snippets of ground that I see here and there only build my confidence.
Sirius 6 Delta Mike, radar services terminate. Keep the code. Contact Beaver Tower 120.3.
Keep the code over to Tower 6 Delta Mike, thank you. Beaver Tower Sirius 246 Delta Mike inbound on the RNAV 28, 3.5 from Zillet.
Sirius 246 Delta Mike, Beaver Tower, runway 28, clear to land.
28 clear to land. 6 Delta Mike.
It's in this next moment that I think I made my biggest mistake. Coming up as I intercept the glide slope, I misjudge exactly when that intercept happens.
Alright, glide slope. Diamond is visible. And coming down.
So my autopilot will automatically start to descend on the glide slope, and it's up to me to adjust the power and the flaps and everything to accommodate that. But here I think I get a little antsy. For whatever reason, I think we're at the glide slope intercept point, when in fact we still have 1 or 2/10 of a mile to go, and I pulled the power too early. So instead of descending at a low power setting, the plane's trying to hold level altitude, which makes it get a little slow. Here I'm trying to figure out why I'm not descending yet. Meanwhile, my airspeed's going down. Finally, at 90 knots, my airplane yells at me.
Airspeed.
I do the right thing and add power right away, but at this point I'm kind of thrown off my game a little bit. Finally, after what seems like forever, the plane starts to descend on the glide path. And it's not my smoothest descent. I end up chasing the speed up and down a little bit, understandably given the beginning of it.
1000 amends.
But in the midst of all this, I have to look out for that low visibility and keep my missed approach in mind.
Ground contact.
Now this is a very welcome sight.
Visual on the runway. 800 feet to mins.
Big sigh of relief. I can see the runway. There's nothing close to 1.5 mile visibility. This is 8 to 10 probably, and I'm pretty happy. But that doesn't mean the rest of this is going to go perfectly. No, I got one more goof up my sleeve.
500 feet stable approach.
I turn off the autopilot to hand flight in the rest of the way in the visual conditions. And I've watched this several times.
Minimums.
I don't know why, but I just start descending faster than I should.
Glide path. Glide path.
So that's the second time my plane's yelled at me on this approach. I wasn't following the glide path. It's a tool at my disposal, and I just ignored it for a moment. I don't know why. I had some power and picked the nose up and get back into a more stable position to land. In VFR flying, this probably should have been a go-around. In IFR, should it have been a missed approach? I'm going to talk to my instructor about it, and I still have a lot to learn. I'm on the ground safely, but this was really a flawed approach and landing. It's not one I want to repeat. Part of my commitment to being the safest pilot I can possibly be is being transparent, not just with myself, but with my instructors, friends, and passengers. And that's the reason I'm posting this here, is to learn from it myself and also to solicit feedback from others on how I can fly better.
Sierra 6 Delta Mike, turn right at Delta this frequency, taxi air request via Alpha.
Right at Delta this frequency, air request via Alpha. 6 Delta Mike, thank you.
Sierra 6 Delta Mike, how's the braking action there on the runway?
It was fine. 6 Delta Mike.
Roger.
So thanks for coming along with me on this flight. Wish you safe journeys and happy flying.